Hello. Alright, let's make sure I'm capturing right. Okay, we're not going to talk about that yet. Alright, here we go. So, after promising $2,000 checks, this comes from David Sirota, Democrats are now threatening to help Republicans and corporate lobbyists block the checks from going to millions of middle-class families have lost income during the pandemic. So what that means is, for English terms, so Biden is talking about means testing the checks, which means that only people who make like below the certain amount, like I think it's like at $75,000 a year, will get the checks. Now you might think, oh, that's good. That means only people who really need the checks will get them. That is true only to a certain extent, because they're basing the means testing off of the taxes from 2019. So if you made more than $75,000 in 2019, you will not get the check. You might think that makes sense, but someone who is doing well off in 2019 might not be doing well off in 2021 because of the pandemic. They've lost their jobs, they're back behind on their rent, they're behind on their food, they don't have money. So that is where the problems rise, okay? Now, is there a solution to this? Yes, just give everybody the checks, okay? That makes sense. Okay, so this would create problems in that people who needed the check because they lost their job and are now below the line, even though their 2019 tax returns say they're above the line, they will not get the check, okay? And they need that check. And they'll go, hey, what the fuck? I didn't get my check. I'm not voting for you again. You lied to me. So that's where the problems start to rise from that. So that's a very dumbed down and simple way of explaining that to you guys. Okay, yeah. Now, on to Iran. So, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken says that Iran could be now weeks away from having material to build a nuclear bomb. Now, that is bad, obviously, okay? But there's this magical thing called a deal that we made with Iran back in 2015 called the Iran nuclear deal. And in the deal, it said that Iran could not enrich uranium beyond 3%, which is much lower than the 99% needed to make a uranium bomb. Now, could we get back in that deal? Yes, very easily. Except we're not going to, because Iran offered and we said no. We said they have to get back in the terms before we do, which is bullshit because we're the ones who pull it out of it all in the first place. Okay? We're the ones who pulled out in the first place. Well, now you might be like, well, that was a different administration. Iran doesn't see it that way, okay? They say, hey, you gave us a deal and the next administration stabbed us in the back. How do we know the next administration isn't going to stab us in the back? So, here's what you do. You get back in the terms of the deal, our side. America just lifts the sanctions and say, hey, you got like X amount of time to comply. Like, it can be a couple months, it can be like 6 months, something like that. Okay? And if they don't meet the terms by that, you pull right back out of the deal. Okay? It's very simple. But their plan... Oh, crap. One sec. But their plan is, no, Iran, you have to get back in the deal that we stabbed you in the back for. Okay? So, yeah, there's that. And that's it. This was a very short stream. I thought I had more to talk about, but I guess not. So, that's simple news. So, I think they shouldn't test the checks because that means people who were well off in 2019 and are now not so well off because of the pandemic will not get checks. And I think we should get back in the Iran nuclear deal immediately. Just do it, and don't wait for the other country to comply. Iran, in that case, because they wouldn't. If I was them, I wouldn't comply without terms immediately because we're the ones who stabbed in the back in the first place. So yeah, there's that. All right, bye.